realize, we were not really given an option to choose
for yourself.
Can I play the parent advocate?
Please do.
So it's ni vizuri tupate kwanza like context hadi penye imefika hadi saizi. So when those people were starting, remember before our grandparents, hapo watu wakipenda kilimo. So the system worked for them. So mtu angesoma hadi akuwe daktari anakuja kupata hiyo, and then the economy iko imekuwa kabaka yetu. So it was easier for them. Wangepata hata 24 shillings per month. That's good money. That's good money. I remember my dad alikuwa akienda shule na 10 bob the whole term, imemtosha kabisa. So as in now the system worked for them. Now to our parents, the system really worked for them. Now if you remember before E04 ikuje, my father alifanya 76 22. So now for A levels mulikuwa mnafanya everything. For O levels, and then ukifanya A levels for form 5 form 6, then una kama uwezi fanya law, if you as a science course una drop Kiswahili, English, nini, so now you do physics, biology, the main ones that will take you to what you want to do. So the system worked for them. Now enters us. Now many people now with the rest of it for watu ni wengi, so system now imeanza kufail sasa. No jobs, no nini system is a fail. So if we blame it on the system really worked for those people at that time compared to us. Now so we as parents also now we have to look for ways in which now we can tell them you can be whoever you want to be.
So now the challenge I would pose, are you then trying to tell me that mzazi is not supposed, a parent is not supposed like to think, because again outside the system, outside how the models of the economy and stuff like that, I still feel it is the responsibility of the parent to bring up a wholesome child, whether kuna job ama kuna job, whether it is a responsibility of the parent to bring up a wholesome child, a child that is able to make decisions, wise decisions, a child that is able to to see gray areas and red flags in life, this stuff wholesome. Because if you blame it again, if you just keep saying like giving them some
no meal going in terms of career wise, but in terms of wholesomeness, that
career is part of life, so it has to be wholesome.
Holy. Honestly, feel the ideals the ideals the kids carry is that reflect for career. Career doesn't affect.
Maybe also how our parents behave ni kwa sababu ya how also they were brought up, if walikuwa parents were strict na kusema what, wewe enda shule fanya hii, and it worked out for them, maybe wanataka ku pass it on because they think it would also work out for us, unaona.
So don't you think that's a failure kidogo to in terms of thinking ahead and understanding that things might change? Don't you think it's a failure on aspect on the side of the parent to keep expecting the same thing that worked for them to work for their kids?
Well, parents wanafaa to connect with your kid. You can't force your kid to do something na wewe tayari unajua what your kid wants to do. So
okay, I guess just reconciling and parents just being intentional and saying, what, it's no longer our days.
But the beauty of this new education system, I don't think parents wako na any leeway ya kuwa hands on kwa career mtoto, because tangu mtoto aanze tu this new curriculum, this new system, like wanajua tu from that go mtoto atafanya hivi, mtoto atafanya hivi, so basing on the interest na everything mtoto ako nayo na determine venye career mtoto itakuwa. So it's better off for these kids. It's better off for the new system. It's better off for people compared to us.
Okay. I mean, there's a whole debate about the CBC, policy, and some people say this is just a system that is going to produce manual workers, but not intellectuals that are going to think and come up with policies, imagine whatever, So there's a whole discussion around that, but let's not go there for now. Back to wazazi pale hapo kwa careers still. wewe uliambiwa uko nini? What was the career choice that according to your parents was the best for you?
Daktari.
Oh. Sai pastor. Daktari wa soni. Haya sawa.
Mimi sikumbuki lakini I think ilikuwa daktari.
Oh.
I'm not sure but I think ilikuwa hiyo.
Okay. Mimi ilikuanga either lawyer, engineer. Hizo juu sasa mimi napenda kuargue like okay, see that but it is my nature to question things. You tell me something, I'm just like, but I think this. So my dad was like, what lawyer? But of course I became a journalist. Is what we are doing right now.
And a plethora of many things.
So
Yes.
out of all that, do you think us guys will be like our parents to push our kids kukua things that we want them to be?
Okay.
Would you be a parent of such kind?
And I think, like you said before, intentionality with the kids is it's really important. Getting to know mtoto anapenda nini, mtoto anafanya nini, and kujua desires na interests za mtoto. So that tukijua from akiwa mdogo akigrow up, sasa tunaweza
guide ama
Ngana sauti kidogo.
No, along the way interests you change. Mimi nikianza nilikuwa napenda, when I was growing up nilikuwa napenda stima sana. After kushokiwa I was like I'm done.
Achana na kerere ukawacha.
Interest to change. So now it's piga job when demon is again. So now it's up to us as the new parents who will become. So now to get to learn what is sasa kujua mtoto akona hii interest, and then hii interest ikifed may jump to this other one, and may jump to this another one. I think my parents really had a rough time because I love philosophy, I love psychology. Napenda vitu mingi sana, so now getting to know who unapenda nini unafanya nini, it's quite challenging.
And for real ulisoma something to do with that field, right?
Na hiyo tu interest.
Okay.
Self
Like na udaktari.
Hiyo sasa hapo hivyo sana kusema sasa mimi nafanya kazi kwa lab.
Okay. So eventually what your parents had envisioned and encouraged you to do well you find. No man. Okay. Then there's another missing bit kidogo, maybe tungeanza nayo, but it's alright. Discipline and punishment.
Curfew.
Such kind of things. How was that for you guys? Niambieni hata sitaki kuongea. Kazi mtanipa hiyo story by
Discipline kuchapwa. Mimi hata mimi nichapwa. Lazima
ulinyushwa. Ni mada ama ni mzazi alikuwa?
Wote.
Okay.
Mimi chapona hata lakini mzembe ni sana.
Oh, so your dad is more of a disciplinarian.
Mzee ingie hivi tuna
Okay.
And you?
For me, it's definitely my mom. Who's the disciplinarian. Ule mama ni sheria. She's an embodiment of what law is, you know. But I don't think hata mimi sikuchapwa sana. Unajua niko hapo katikati. My older brothers.
I mean, I normally tell my sisters I went to Vietnam for you, like nyinyi kudona mimi
wewe ndio
mimi nilikuwa line like usikue kama I went to Vietnam for them.
Najua tunaongeleanga, you know, the way slippers ilikuanga nini ya kuchapa watu, you know, ama belts, stuff like that. For us it was a different case. Do you know what sociot is?
Pia mimi nitaka na sociot.
Unajua sociot? For the benefit of our viewers, manzi. Sociot is a certain kijiti that is used to clean sotet. Sotet is the gourd, you know. So unajua kufanya hivyo by the way, can you clean the gourd and then you know
and you put makaa
yes.
See what?
Yes, eat it kandani then you use it. Now tunaiosha vizuri alafu unamwagia maziwa alafu unaweka hapo. My friend, you're more thick. It's heavenly.
God
you know,
to man.
Now that stick haiko ya kusafisha gourd peke yake. Kwa ni ya kusafisha pia maujinga na madhambi za mtoto. You know, iko tu hapo imeanikwa tu hapo mahali hapo. You mess up.
One of the advantages ni venye stuff haivunjiki haraka.
Haivunjiki manze, you know. Like now that's what our mother used to move us with. You know, wachana na slippers. Me I hear people talk about slippers, belts.
Lakini slippers.
The red wewe.
Red wewe. Zilikuwa zinakupata vizuri.
Hiyo zilikuwa zile umetry kukimbia ndio unapata na.
sisi haukimbia, you wouldn't, unakimbia wapi, you know. Lakini sasa akisema hivi, you know, for you we mentioned something about curfew, you know, how was that?
Well, definitely nyumbani wezi lala outside and you're still a kid.
Actually, manze, I'm going for sleepover.
You could, yes, lakini unajua, well, how sleepovers used to work is you're my friend, so this weekend we'll come to your house, next weekend you guys come to your house, the other weekend we go to your house. So our parents know that's either uko kwa kina hawa ama hawa, that's the only time utalala out of home ama besides school trip. But ati wewe tu kusema leo nimeenda kwa kina why
na maraundi,
kwa nini? Round is you could go. Bora tu mnaenda na watu wenu, unajua nataki kutoboa masiri mingi, but you know, church,
choma
library. Hiyo ndio ilikuwa the free times that we could get, but you know,
unaendanga library,
of course lazima uende library kwanza, usign in library, usome kidogo, alafu sasa useme masaa ya kwenda kula ice cream imefika. You see?
All right.
But at the back of your mind unajua tu hiyo giza isinipate outside. So hiyo discipline tu ni kama tu unapata tu your discipline by yourself.
I think ni more fear. Let me start with that.
Of fear. Yeah.
Unajua manzi, hapa kuna sheria.
Baya, ningia mmechelewa. Utafurahi.
Manzi, still on that again, I know by the time we were teenagers, we already could call our simu. You know, by the time I was in high school. In fact, I had a phone in high school that my parents didn't. A Nokia that I bought from a friend. Just kidogo hata iko issues. But compared to our time as young teenagers, you know, and whole, you know, parenting thing was as kwa kali, were you guys allowed to have phones?
Mine is a big no.
Yeah.
Simu yako ya kwanza
ilikuwa after form 4.
Wewe?
High school. Mwisho. High school, and I don't think that ilikuwa my phone. Sijui, I was sharing with someone.
Okay.
Yeah. I was using someone's phone as my phone.
Wow.
So
wewe uko tu sawa. Sisi hata sim card ukipatikana na sim card, my friend.
Umesema ulikuwa na simu.
Hiyo ni ya kuficha. And then bit ya kuficha nilikuwa natumia nikiwa shule, and then now I sold it before nikimaliza. I just disposed of it. Ndio pia ilikuwa na issues. So but of course they didn't compared to right now. Mtoi wa basically class 2 kuna kama grade 2, you know, like even this small one hawajajua kuongea, they always on the phones, na saa zingine they are always screaming and, you know, throwing tantrums ukimkataza simu, and saa zingine mapero wako zile za now what do I do with this child, you know, the whole discipline vibe again, you know, how, I mean, what is the contrast? Ebu nisaidieni ku contrast hizo elements ya then Masai as far as phones and tablets and gadgets is concerned.
See, it's new age parents right now, sindio? Yeah, and saizi everything is based on information. Like information is everything right now. So depending on how una let your kids access this information, sionangi a big problem if you bought your kids a tab nani for learning purposes, you know. But now the problem comes in when now inakuwa too much, you know, mtoto hataki kusikia, as they're just hooked on the tab, they don't know how to play. Unaona,
wako tu hapo tu, they are zombing around with this gadget.
Yeah. It's not a problem right now, but in a parents wanafaa to, you know, like have limits, set limits kwa.
Okay.
Modern problems require modern solutions. Now problem ni watoto kutumia simu sana. Finding a solution of it when Linda amesema, there has to be a balance between allow mtu kutumia simu and then aenda level mtu acheze.
Okay. Ungana sauti kidogo so that
sorry. Yeah, there has to be a balance. Ndo mtu pia acheze and then have fun. I think discipline sa ina come in venye mtoi sasa. Like what I normally see in this new age parents, like unanyang'anya mtoto simu, unaambia go and go and think what you've done.
Quiet time,
quiet time for who?
Wewe.
And I think those are the nuances of parenting in this generation, in this new generation. So now, disciplining. Kumbuka sasa ukichapa mtoi vibaya sana. Hii ni mashtaka umefunguliwa koti. So now modern problems are modern solutions. So now how are we going to discipline kids without where kufungwa? Sasa.
Lakini utaambia mzazi mkale hivyo. Well, anyway, I tend to think again, kulikuwa na whole discussion. I mean, I love conversations, you know. There's a whole discussion of now allowing even phones, like parents literally allowing, or rather the education policy should allow phones in schools, use of phones by students, whether it be in primary or high school, because it will help them in their research. And then follow alafu utanini, and then you'll argue. Allow the kids to have phones in school, watatumia for their research. And then two, for those who want to, because now we are in a technological information age, kind of, you know, kids need to interact a lot with these gadgets, so that even, you know, those who want to be software developers can begin interacting with these things in a young age. Wakifundishwa shule, wakuange nazo hapo, wavunjivunji hizo masimu, wafundishwe, you know, they know and they use it, you know. I was like, there's a point right there. But would try convincing a kale parent to mwambie mtoto wake aende shule na simu. Will that work?
Sahi.
Tena again, depending on the parent.
Okay.
You know, but definitely, if it was me, that would be a big no.
Okay.
Enda ufunzwe.
Mimi ni old school.
Okay.
Nataka research.
Unaona library. Library.
Kuna vitabu.
Watu waseme vitabu.
Kuna vitabu.
Okay. And again, even when it comes to business, you know, how has it affected? Because I know ushajaribu kusukuma busy fulani ya online marketing for our Kale people, you know. Waambie tu mzae ni aje. Let's say your dad is an entrepreneur, he has this business, and you're trying to really help him, you know, get into the you know, this online space. Most of the time they are very reserved.
They are.
You know, wanaonanga ni kama kuna ukora fulani
na online.
Yes, na online. Yeah. Every other time, yani, you approach these old people and tell them this is what, you can take advantage of this.
You can buy things online.
Ukora.
I think that's a black thing.
Huh? It's a black thing. Oh, it's not Kale thing alone. Okay, because I feel like I met this thing when I was in Kericho, when I came to Kericho. And I'm trying to, you know, probably partner in the events that we do, nini, and I'm like, hey, we can do this. Even for this particular, you know, Urban Kale conversations and stuff like that, vlogs. Try get these people and tell them, hey, this is the value, you know, online, this is the way to go. And they're like, watakwambia sawa, nimesikia. But in the back of their minds is, wakora ndio.
Yeah, lazima wakwe na doubts about it. But kiwaonyesha that it works, I'm sure some of them are willing to embrace. Sindio? Wakiona pesa imekuja from online, definitely.
Okay.
Ama good things, ama, you know, positive things.
Pesa sabuni ya roho. Tunanga sime come through.
Got to start in a soften the ground. Okay.
Pave way.
To wrap up, juu tumebonga sana. You know, some of traumas, generally too, it's not the system alone, you know. Yes, as in government, you know, the economic model that we chose, the capitalistic society that is, you know, raining havoc on us. But parenting as well, some of the things we are dealing with, some of the traumas we are, you know, are based, you know, on how we grow up. Some of the emotional issues that we go through. Sometimes you find that kulikuwa na toxic elements that was subjected. Like for example, I know a lot of Kale men huko nyuma culturally or violent. So a lot of us probably grew up in violent homes. I did not, thank God, you know. But you know, we've seen and we know so many cases of, you know, violence in our families. Irresponsibility. Yeah, you have a father or a mom who doesn't care where you are. There's an element ukienda ushango, by the way, as much as kuna ukali na kujianga saa zile when they want you to do what they want you to do, but most of the time there's also an element of mtu anaachiliwa tu, you know. And again, that has an impact on us right now, you know. Lack of mentorship, you know, all these traumas, issues to do with, you know, overprotectiveness. Again, sometimes you overprotect mtoi. By the time anagrow anafika in her 20s or in his 20s, hana form, you know, anakuwa rebel. Alafu saa zingine pia hajui, you know, perception yake ya reality, you know, how he or she perceives reality is totally skewed. Then that affects again the functionality of that young man, young lady in her young adulthood years. How do we reconcile with this? How do we reconcile so that we are able to heal, perhaps, and, you know, and I mean, feel free to share if you have some of, you know, experiences that personally that, you know, you might want to share.
First of all, I think your freedom could either go two ways. Either ukwe sawa or not sawa. Okay. Like by sawa I mean, you know what, you already have your purpose and all, hata kama umeachiliwa, where will you stray in the right direction. So problem now comes in kwa hawa wa wrong when you wali stray the wrong direction. Unaona, maybe hawakumaliza shule, maybe walikuja wakakuwa thugs, or just as an example, or alcoholics, or you know, such like niku find a way to, yeah, you know, getting to the root of the problem. Sahim, it might be a bit too late because labda wako grown up, but definitely there's always a root cause. Unaona, trauma inahitaji sijui counseling, a lot of therapy, a lot of acceptance that was the situation. Unaona, na wengine walikuwa na everything but they decided just to, you know, just to go astray. Labda ulikuwa na shule but wewe akili yako is not in school. So maybe it's part of also the parents, unakaziwa sana, you know, mpaka una give up, unasema wacha ikae. I believe there's always a solution to any problem.
Because I feel like if you don't deal with those traumas, if you don't address them, we carry on into our future families. Then we will project those traumas.
Hata kuna inasemanga hivi.
Okay, for you?
I think on my end, I would honestly say there is a lot, so much sisi vile weak allegiance inatusumbua sana. One of the few things I noticed in a family of a friend of mine, so the dad is alcoholic. The sons are all alcoholic. Now my friend of mine, this friend of mine, I'm a break out from that. So now when I was talking with him, I noticed now he's now keen in getting to understand the roots of the family. Why are we this way? Because most of this dysfunctional relationship we have is dysfunctional. Hizi vitu tunapitia iwe alcoholism, iwe nini, violence, nini, all of these zote zina stem down from our parents. There's a saying I normally tell my parents that my sisters, that we tend to run away from being our parents that we end up being our parents. Liking, notice the people you love, the people you as in what kama si reflection ya babako utapata reflection ya mamako. Be it the girls, be it the boys. Normally and if we do not get down to the bottom of this stuff, napata tu zinakuja kwa fake relationships. Example like I was telling on alcoholism. So you get the dad ako hivyo. So now the sons automatically tunapata what ni alcoholics. Na ni ile
mbaya.
I'm sorry to use this word. Delinquents.
Okay.
The delinquents. So huge one. So now we have to we really have to get down to the roots of this stuff. We as kids now, we as future parents, we really have to understand the roots of our families. Like, hey, our family is hivi. Because either way, it's in a effect. Whether you like it or not, in a effect. Alafu kwa sema issue of overprotectiveness na rebelliousness and stuff. I think now parents wanafaa learn hiyo balance. There has to be your balance here. Yes, kuna freedom and then again kuna ukazia. Because I think I had it good. Hiyo freedom and then kuna ukazia. So yes, najua kuna lines siwezi vuka. But then kuna freedom ya kufanya vitu mingi. But nikivuka ile line ni vita line. So now parents wanajua yes. Usi pea mtu hii exposure. Ndo akifika campus ashituke like like exposure is really important, but then too much of exposure penye mbaya. So a small bit kenye tapea mtu hii foundation and then kidogo pia then kitapea mtu hii direction pia tena.
Okay. One quick one on a light note. Mzazi wako ashakwambia pole. Parents ever apologize to you for anything that they did or you felt they did wrong?
Yeah. Yes, nimewahi.
All right. Okay. For you?
Yeah.
Wame apologize? Okay. There is your answer. Like my face tayari hiyo ndo majibu yake. Okay. All right, thank you guys for coming through, Bana. This has been it's been so much fun.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
How was your experience the first time? Jibamba.
Tumejibamba sana. Thank you so much.
Karibu sana.
Mimi nimejibamba. Thank you.
Coffee tea.
It's nice to have different perspectives.
So you are gonna come on the show again?
Yeah, if you want us to. Why
All
not?
right. Why not?
Why not?
Sawa. Why not? All right. Thank you guys, manze, for joining us today. This conversation. These are the kind of conversations we need to keep going. Let's have them. But hey, feel free to leave your comments and share this particular vlog, in your networks. Yeah, the links zote zitakuwa hapo, and this audio episode manze tutaiskuma iende kwa Anchor. So we are going to make it into a podcast, and then itakuwa Google Podcast, itakuwa Spotify, itakuwa iTunes, and just check it out just in case this is too long for you to watch, so you can listen to it as a podcast as well. Thank you guys for coming on the show. Yes, it's been so much fun. I've been your host, Zion San, and on my right, definitely Linda Salbei, and on my left is Abraham Kemboi. I'm Abu. Thank you guys. See you.
Bye.
Bye.